Okay, so here's the progress for today, what's happened in the live earth insulation resistance. We've gone from 0 here to 488.86 here to 21.1. So that today is a good result, even though I had very little to do with it, and it's all thanks to the power of prayer. As I'm going into the hotel, somebody tries to come out the exit and just goes into me, or I go into him, but then realise that I'm going through the entrance, not the exit. So I said, look, will you take 50 quid and not use the insurance, because I've got a massive insurance thing. He said, yeah, he was a bit iffy about it, but he was looking and said, I might be able to polish this out. So I said, look, here, take 100. I had 100 in the van vault from another payment. So I gave him 100. I gave him
Second GRP 3-step gone missing. Second one I've lost here. Somebody's filtering them. I've got other ladders, aluminium ones, and they haven't gone. Both my glass fibre ones have disappeared. Only on this channel, proper Sparky channel, you wouldn't get this type of footage. Part of a possible solution, helped by that prayer session, might be that I did disconnect. This all stuff comes through the wall. I don't know what it is, and it goes back through the wall there, some of it. I think some of that is to do with the loo that we've just been in. If not, then this. But anyway, what I did was, anything I didn't understand, because there were a lot of unidentifiable cables stuffed into the switch boxes for the isolation for the fans. I went through them, I tested which ones were line and which ones were switched line, and anything else I just threw out, I binned. I put a Wago on. Gradually I found that one of them was the loop out to the other fan in the next door loo, so I put that one back in, but the rest stayed disconnected. And they may have been joining, well, I'm not really sure. There's also shared neutrals around this building, I'm pretty certain of it, which really complicated things yesterday. But what I'm going to do is test for an unknown line in the unidentified line in that main board, and I'm going to R2 test it against some of these now defunct cables, which may or may not have been disconnected in my machinations of this morning. So I'm not taking away from the prayer that actually caused me to go from 0.04 to 488 mega ohms, and in the other case 0.86 up to 21 mega ohms. And I can show you on the mega if you want. I can demonstrate to you that that's actually the case. I'm not making it up. But anyway, I'm going to see whether any of these link to the unidentified circuit, because then I can just cap it off straight and that'll be fine. But don't know how muddled that seems. It's about as muddled as it is in my head. That, which I've disconnected, connected onto this two-way light switch. Two-way light switch came out to here with the strappers. As it's sunny and not raining, I'm going to go up and outside. I'm going to take that off and see what the insulation resistance is like in this outside circuit. Be good if I didn't have to replace all the cables. We'll just see. Right, what we have now here is okay, this is a new board I've put in, and it's got a couple of spare ways. This submain is a C40, and that goes over to the original board and protects that with additional protection. And there you've got the lift lights, the motor room lights, disconnected lift shaft lights, below DB4 socket, that upside down socket, and the lift shaft socket, whatever that is and wherever that is. This takes the place of the mere the isolator. This takes the place of the isolator, which was directly wired into the lift motor flex there. So that provides the proper C10 protection for the lift motor. You see some of the readings I took there. So I've still got to do the certificate for this, which I must get around to, which I could probably start this afternoon. So but anyway, this sub-main here comes from the main distribution board, this board upstairs, and they all go through the floor there. So I couldn't go back up there. What I'm going to do is another circuit here, come out here. So this is the entrance hole here. Hopefully I'll be able to drill up and put I think I'll put a disc board, not in the back of the cupboard here, but I'll put it out here, nice and on show. And then I can come up, not that I want to use above here, but hopefully when we take the boards up, we'll be able to get into that void. And then I can rewire all these. Well, I can rewire 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. But those far two, I don't think I can do because they won't be under the floor. So what I might have to do is come out of the ceiling on one of these and then use conduit up to these 2. Then I need to drop down and put all new switches, which I'll probably do. Well, I can do anywhere, but I could do this side. This circuit here, which is circuit 8, will be isolated and disused, so that will all be defunct. I'll come down in conduit into a new switchboard, and then these need to be powered by the new circuit as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing up there with all that cable. I had thought I'd be getting my nail gun out and putting some threaded rod hangers up there, suspend some hoops or some tray, try and get it on there, but that's not really realistic because it goes through the walls. This is my Rocket Light. It's got a charger in the bottom of it. It works on 110 volts. It charges one battery, so you can unplug it and it will work off the battery for pretty well a day, I think, on the low power. You can switch up the power setting to brighter and down again. So I always have it on the lowest setting. And then these are pretty good, that you can swivel these around, these 3 lights, so you can get all round white light in that way, or you can direct them all in one direction. And you think that's a bit of a gimmick, but actually is quite useful. It's quite a useful feature, so it's been well thought out. This Rocket Light. I bought it second hand and paid, I think, about 250 quid for it. It was expensive. They're expensive new or something. They're about 400, quite high new. So here it is folded up. I don't know if you can see what I mean about it. Not being the most handy thing, but these actually do. They actually do fold up. I thought I had to remove these things, and that's what I've been religiously doing each time. One of the things is these pins, the hinge pins, they fall out. There's nothing holding these pins in, and they keep falling out in the van. You have to watch those. I suppose they could just be glued in, and then that locks up there. When you carry it, it's a bit bottom heavy with the battery in, so it doesn't carry particularly easily. But yeah, really good piece of kit, and another thing I couldn't really afford, but I bought anyway. It's part of my problem. I tend to buy everything I want. As soon as I get any money, I buy stuff. And that's exactly what I've done with the Metabo chaser. I haven't had any use for it since I bought it. And that lovely vacuum, the 35 Metabo vacuum. And my industrial nail gun, internal combustion gas nail gun. So, back here next week, and